Hey guys, welcome back to the LS10 YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to assemble some forged pistons and rods from Summit Racing. Here we got a couple already completed, but it takes a little bit of work if you've never done it before. So here we have our block, 6 liter, bored out 4030 due to some wall damage. And here's our new gear. We got our Pro LS connecting rod, piston, rings have already been gapped and placed on. For your application, check and see by the measurements. You can find it online. Our piston, 927 wrist pin, and both of our spiral lock retainers. So we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to get that all set up. Alright guys, so for no matter what engine you're doing, you're always going to have big relief, small relief, depending on if you're 2 valve, 4 valve, whatever the case. Your connecting rod will have a square edge and a beveled edge, as you can see here. The beveled edge always needs to face towards the crankshaft throw, which would be on the left-hand side here for this bank. So we want to line that to bevel up, as I was saying. So when you do your valve, or when you do your piston, get you set up here. Like I said earlier, you have your big piston or your big valve relief and your small valve relief. So the way I do this, I always start with my small valve relief side, and I'll put it in my vise with soft jaws. Never put it in here without soft jaws. You're asking for damage to be done. So to do this, all you're going to need is a flat screwdriver, some patience, and your spiral lock. So on this you have a lip right here, and the same lip on the other side. So I always start with this lip right here, down and back in this corner. So don't put it directly into the groove that cut out here. It's always a known weak point for snapping. So we'll start just ahead of it, just so that we have some strength past the hole and get it started in there. And then we'll just come around and work it down in. And once you get about a quarter way, grab a hold of it and pull it back towards the direction you started and walk it down in with the screwdriver. Not always the easiest thing to do, but as you can see, it's getting there. When you're doing this, especially if you have forged aluminum pistons, just make sure you don't mar up your surface with your screwdriver while you're pushing this down, as it can be quite easy to do if you're not paying attention, as I clearly am not. There we go, made it past that corner. Make sure you pull this end back up because it'll grab down in the conduit or in the small part of the hole. And continue to work it down with the screwdriver. Just watch this end, as I said, when you roll it in, you should hear it pop. There you go. Now always take your screwdriver, make sure it's fully pushed out. And we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, as I said before, we put our snap ring in the small valve relief side, so that leaves our large valve relief side open. So with that being done, make sure you take your large valve relief side. It will always match up with your chamfer side of your rod, just due to the intake design. So put the large one on the left hand side so that you don't have a snap ring in here. And then grab your rod, just place it in there for a space holder. And yeah, grab a hold of your pen. I like to do mine on my pinky just so I don't get it all over my hands. And I'll show you how we get that all looped up. If I can get you set up here. Just put a generous dab on there. Spread her all around. Remember guys, this stuff isn't, it's not free, but it's not expensive, so make sure you use it. It's cheaper than buying new engine parts. And doing a lot of work and feeling like a dumbass when your parts are on the road with all your buddies laughing at you. Now once you have that lubed up, take the excess and smear it inside of your pin end on your rod. And then place it down in with your chamfer facing the correct direction and insert your pin. Sometimes easier said than done. There we go. And the red and tacky makes it a little harder to push it in there sometimes, but at least we're well lubricated. Clean off the excess from the end because nobody likes a dirty piston. And yeah, we'll move back to the vise now and get that other snap ring in. And now you can see we're just going to rinse and repeat from what we did the first time with the snap ring. Just get it started in here and wind her down in. Luckily on this side, the valve relief, or the pin relief, is way over on this side, so you don't have to worry about the start of your spring being there. So this one also goes a lot easier because you have the wrist pin pushing back on you, so it gives you a little bit of resistance there to more or less guide the spring down into where you need it to be. Like I said, this is a little tab giving me some trouble, but a little bit of patience, you get it in there, and there we go. That's one more completed rod. Ready to go. Chamfer is facing towards the large valve, as I said. And when you place it in the engine, it'll put the chamfer in the correct orientation so that hopefully you can have some longevity out of your engine. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and tune in for the next one when you get to see us put these in. Have a great day.